Wednesday investigates Rowan. Her rivalry with Bianca grows. And finally, she opens up to Thing. Hello, entertainment enthusiasts. This is Ray, and this is the Fandom Realm. Today I'm going to be reviewing Season 1, Episode 2 of Wednesday. Just remember, this is a spoiler review, so be warned. The second chapter commences with the police searching the forest for Rowan's body after the horrific attack, but they can't see any signs of an altercation at all. And there is no body. Wednesday feels as if she is going mad, having witnessed a murder that no one can prove actually happened. To make matters worse, Rowan then turns up, unharmed, and smirking in the principal's office. Wednesday is first questioned by the police and then by her therapist. Nobody believes her crazy story, except for Tyler. He passes Wednesday as she leaves her therapy session. It looks like they share a therapist. Back at school, Enid is practically beaming that Wednesday has decided to stick around the school for a little longer. The girls are going to prepare for the Poe Cup, which is part canoe race and part foot chase. Apparently, there's not many rules. During the race itself, Bianca Barkley's team wins every year. Enid asks Wednesday to join in and socialize, but the roommate wants answers about Rowan instead. All Enid knows is that he and Xavier were roommates, and that he was an oddball in general. Wednesday is shocked to find out that Rowan has been expelled for unknown reasons, and she has Thing follow the suspicious student to the station. Principal Weems speaks with Wednesday about her emerging psychic visions. She was tipped off when Wednesday knew just how the farmer had died, from breaking his neck in a collision. Weems explains how Wednesday's mother, Morticia, had similar visions at that age, but hers were unpredictable and dangerous. She pressures Wednesday into talking with her own mother about the issue, but senses the instant futility in this suggestion. Instead, they discuss Wednesday joining a mandatory club. We're going to get a montage of scenes here, including Wednesday trying out for each respectable club, while she questions the students about what's going on at the school. At Bianca's choir practice, she asked what happened after Rowan died. Bianca passed on the information to Weems straight away. For Wednesday's audition, she is asked to sing. She opens her mouth and suddenly glass starts to shatter all around her. At archery, she interrogates Xavier about his ex-roommate, Rowan, and Xavier admits that Rowan was acting strangely the last few weeks. He warns Wednesday to stay away from Tyler, and she then calls Xavier an elitist snob. She fires her arrow, hitting the bullseye and a falling apple as well. Lastly, she's going to go to beekeeping, and she's in pursuit of Eugene. She decides to join this solitary group, but must leave early into their discussion. Thing has spotted Rowan. Rowan lies about his whereabouts and then leaves with Marilyn. Thing grabs onto the back of the car and follows them to the station. Rowan walks into a toilet and exits as an older man. Thing loses him, but the audience gets to see exactly what happens next. The older man then miraculously turns into Principal Weems. It turns out she is a shapeshifter and may be covering up for Rowan's death. Wednesday is going to be curious as ever, and she wants to return to the crime scene for further inspection, but needs Enid to cover for her in the meantime. The werewolf roommate will only attend the beekeeping club if she apologizes to Thing first. Wednesday enters her room to find Thing flicking through a magazine. Wednesday makes a poor attempt at an apology and is forced to open up to the hand. In their talk, Wednesday talks about the drawing, fearing that she's going to do something terrible. She needs to find out the truth before it is too late. The scene ends with Thing delicately touching Wednesday's hand in a loving manner. Next, Wednesday's going to head into the woods where she meets with Tyler once again. They hide from the sheriff, and Wednesday finds Rowan's glasses on the ground. She picks them up and has an elaborate vision. This time, she sees Rowan causing the gargoyle to fall with his mind, arguing with Xavier, and tearing out the drawing from a book. Wednesday needs to find that specific book right away. The mystery continues as she goes to the library, where Marilyn points out the watermark on the drawing's page is from the Nightshade Society. Along with Thing, Wednesday heads to Xavier's room to hunt for the secretive book. They don't find it, of course, but Wednesday does uncover a secret compartment and a mysterious mask instead. Then she overhears Xavier and Bianca chatting. Bianca is jealous of Xavier's new fascination with Wednesday. He wants to protect her and even feared that Rowan would attack her. Bianca wants them to get back together and warns her ex about Wednesday. That's all the excuse that Wednesday needs. She chooses to help out Enid in that moment and becomes her co-pilot in the race. She wants to humiliate Bianca and win the competition. It's an exciting race with the teams dressed up in matching costumes. They are all based on Edgar Allan Poe works. Enid's team are all dressed up as cats. Bianca's team starts to sabotage the other's canoe with a hidden merman doing the heavy lifting, but Wednesday traps him in a net. On dry land, Wednesday heads for the flags and has another vision. In this one, a twin sister in white tells Wednesday that she is the key. Wednesday wakes up on the ground as the others run off with their flags. The race continues, and the teams try to sabotage each other's canoes. Wednesday had some spear things in her canoe that she was trying to sink Bianca's. That was really awesome. Thing lends a helping hand and punches the siren underwater, the merman that was trying to help earlier, which causes Enid's team to end up victorious. Wednesday is happy to see Bianca defeated, but can't really bring herself to celebrate. In the final moments of this episode, Wednesday cracks the riddle. She finds the society's symbol on an Edgar Allan Poe statue and figures out the puzzle. The clues spell out the words "snap" twice. Wednesday snaps her fingers and the statue reveals a hidden door. She takes the stairs down into the secret room where there is a photograph of her parents. Wednesday finds the secret society's book in the mysterious lair, but she is quickly apprehended. By who, we don't know, because that is the end of episode number 2. Now, I do have just a few quick thoughts on this episode, and with that, I still continue to love Jenna Ortega as Wednesday. Wednesday's attitude, just the facade she plays is wonderful, and I absolutely love what she's done with Wednesday. It's perfect character. It's done brilliantly, and she really does get into that character. We didn't really make any progress in finding out the creature or what really happened to Rowan, except we do know now that Principal Weems is a shapeshifter, so we don't know how that's going to come into play later in the story. I really enjoyed the moment between Wednesday and Thing when she is basically apologizing to it and they're having sort of the conversation, and she finally comes clean with a little bit of emotion that she doesn't want to actually be someone that causes problems or causes people to die, which seems very opposite of the character, the person she's trying to be out there in front of everybody else, somebody that doesn't care about things like that. So I really enjoyed that. The other thing with that is I think having Thing be her sidekick, it was an excellent idea, and I think sort of the relationship between Wednesday and Thing is very important for her growth in this series. I also love the canoe race and that it was themed after Edgar Allan Poe. I love the fact that Bianca, who's supposed to be sort of like the top girl at school, was going to resort to cheating if Wednesday or anybody else was close by getting another siren or a merman, whatever that was supposed to be, to help her cheat. But Wednesday was a couple steps ahead and then ended up getting Hand to help out. I also wonder if there was any type of throwbacks here, because those cat costumes they had on reminded me a little bit of Catwoman back in one of the Batman movies. But with that, I love that entire sequence and them having a competition there. And so I thought that was a nice way to ramp up this Wednesday versus Bianca sort of matchup. And then really the last thing I have on this episode is I really like the character of Xavier. He's sort of that recluse. I think he's supposed to have psychic abilities. I'm not exactly sure what is going on with him just yet, but I really like him. I think he actually sort of has something for Wednesday, but we're going to have to see how that goes. He definitely does not like Tyler for some reason. He's getting a bad vibe vibe from Tyler. And of course, it seems like Wednesday is liking Tyler. And so that's something that we'll have to see what happens in the future as well. Now, with that, of course, I didn't really have any negatives. I did think the pacing was excellent for the episode. It has been for the series so far. I didn't really see any big negatives that jumped out to me. So I'm going to give this episode a B+. Not really taking anything away from it. It was a really good episode. I just would have liked to see a few more characters better. I also want to see more and get more of Gomez and more Tisha. We're, of course, waiting for Uncle Fester to come in at some point. And so I want to leave room. I thought this episode wasn't quite as good as the first one, and I know it was up in the A- range. And the other thing I did forget to point out that I enjoyed, I like that this is a mystery and that Wednesday finally figured out the snap twice to get into the secret room. I just wanted to mention that because I forgot that in the review. With that, I hope everyone enjoyed this review. Please subscribe to the channel. We're getting ever so close to 100 subscribers, and I really would like to do that in the next few days. Also, like the video and comment below, and I'll see you next time on the Fandom Realm.